Making rash decisions when choosing a Filipina wife. Wise men say only fools rush in. That's what Elvis said. Actually, I will happily confess that when I proposed marriage to my wonderful Filipina wife, Mila, I spoke Mr. Presley's words to her. And note that this was over the phone, because at this stage we hadn't even met in person. Careless of me? In this case, no, definitely not. We met via writing letters, and I knew after about the second letter that she was the right one for me, and everything that has happened after that has only confirmed that. However, a few years earlier, I had made a stupid mistake and married somebody in Cebu that I never should have met, let alone married. I wasted a year of my life and an estimated $20,000, faced a visa application refusal, and had to organise a divorce. A tough lesson, but one fortunately I survived. Was that one a wise decision? No, definitely not. I was lonely. I was charmed by a faraway place and a fresh and pretty young thing who caused my hormones to take over my brain. A really dumb decision. Fortunately, the experience helped me to know and recognize quality when I found it a few years later. The Philippines is full of wonderful women who can become your best friend and a great partner in life, just like Mila is to me. However, there are plenty of gold diggers who will make mincemeat out of gullible and hormone-engulfed men, and this can have long-term repercussions that can affect you for many years. Regulation 120J of the Migration Regulations. This is the Antiserial Sponsorship Regulation, and it applies to Australian partner visa applications. Once upon a time, it was much simpler to apply for a spouse visa. You rocked up to the embassy, stood in a line, produced a couple of completed application form and a few photos, letters and receipts, and the application would be granted in a month or two. She would go to Australia as an instant permanent resident with a spouse visa or fiancé visa. If the relationship then broke down, he could come back to the Philippines and start all over again. This person was known as the serial sponsor. How common was this then? I have no idea. How common today? I can say that I've never met a potential serial sponsor in all our years of practice in the Down Under Visa office. If there was, he would be facing around 6 months to develop a relationship, maybe 2 to 3 months to prepare a proper application, maybe 9 months for a visa grant. So that's 18 months before the lady arrives in Australia. That time invested, plus many thousands of dollars in visa application charges and high quality services from Down Under Visa, of course, a serial sponsor would have to have a lot of time on his hands and very deep pockets. Rightly or wrongly, that's the law. And whilst we may apply for waivers of this regulation where compelling and compassionate circumstances exist, you don't want to get stung by this. So what is the 5-year rule? You may sponsor no more than 2 applicants for partner visas or fiancé visas in your lifetime. And if you are on your second sponsorship, this must be more than 5 years since you lodged the first visa application. This will apply if the visa is granted. It has nothing to do with whether you get married or whether she even comes to Australia. If it is granted today and you break up tomorrow, then you have a 5-year wait before you may apply again. So what's my point? Think carefully. Don't be a fool rushing in. Act in haste, regret in leisure. If she's the one, and you know this with a clear head, then make your decision and we will help you to put together an excellent visa application for you both. But if you're acting out of loneliness and desperation, or because you're dazzled by her pretty face, or if you want to visit her and you didn't want to leave empty-handed, or if you're hanging on despite problems because you don't want to be embarrassed about your silly mates saying, "I told you so," then understand that you could face 5 years of loneliness if it all goes wrong. But if you met that wonderful lady and would like help from a registered migration agent in the Philippines who specializes in partner visas, please go to the Down Under Visa website. Thank you.